This episode of Like It or Not is sponsored by CH Peptides, a trusted source for high-quality research peptides like tirzepatide, BPC157, and IGF-1LR3. With fast shipping, consistent purity, and top-tier service, CH Peptides keep things simple and reliable. Want to learn more or book an appointment? Just call or text 707-380-6411. Tell them your boys from Like It or Not sent you, and you get 15% off your order. You can also order at chpeptides.com and enter Like It or Not at checkout for 15% off your order. So do not delay. Call today. That's CH Peptides. Products are for research use only, not intended for human or animal use. Complete Health Peptides makes no claims or promises regarding the effects of any product. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Thompson Construction. Thompson Construction is an excavating and grading general engineering contractor based right here in Ukiah, California. They specialize in septic system installation and repairs, land and site development for residential, commercial, agricultural, anything you got going on. These guys can handle it. No job too big or too small. At Thompson Construction, they love what they do and they take the utmost pride in their work. Customer satisfaction and great attention to detail is a major goal of these guys. So give them a call today, 707-391-7679 for your free quote. That's 707-391-7679. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by The Thirsty Axe. Go to thirstyaxe.com to check out all of their upcoming events. They have bands, they have DJs, they always have good shit going on there. They also have on every single Wednesday night, it's trivia night, ladies and gentlemen. Trivia night. Who else has trivia night? No one but The Thirsty Axe. And every Thursday is karaoke. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you haven't been there for a karaoke night, you need to get your asses down there because it's a blast. So go to thirstyaxe.com. Check out all of their events. Go there, have a drink, throw some axes, play some pool, enjoy yourselves. And thirstyaxe.com for all of their upcoming events. The boys at Pure Blends Barbershop have done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Voted 4 years in a row best barbershop in Lake and Mendocino counties. That's right. If you want to go to the best, that would be Pure Blends Barbershop. Call right now to book an appointment, 707-472-6097. Get yourself looking good like Drew and I do at Pure Blends Barbershop. Spring is right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a project that needs to be done, and we have the people to do that project. DC Customs, that's who we're talking about. You have a truck that needs a lift or an exhaust or new tires, or you want to pimp out your ride, DC Customs is the place to do it. Go to dccustoms.net or call right now to get your project started at 707-463-2227. That's the OG's DC Customs. My name is Carter Lane.
Not now, but now. Drew Nick. Not now, but now.
I can't hear it.
To the show.
Whether you like it or not.
Oh my God. I mean, I can hear it, but I can't hear it.
Turn it up. What the fuck? I need more snare in my headphones. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What are you dancing around back there for? Got dongle?
Hey, we got dongle dancing within the first 30 seconds, dude. That'll be a YouTube clip.
He's like, dude, I'm not here for the...
Yeah. What's going on out there in Like It or Not land?
Yo.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you.
Wow, it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to be
You guys
back.
are looking good out there. Look at that guy.
And that's a pretty handsome crowd.
Yeah, it is.
And beautiful, ladies. We see you.
Wow.
You didn't have to dress up for us.
Yeah, it's okay.
But since you did, we appreciate it.
Always and every time.
You know?
We have a phone number here at Like It or Not. Did you guys know that?
We got a call. We never dealt with the call.
We have two now.
Oh, we have two
now.
Are we going to
Okay.
listen to them?
Yeah, let's get the number out there first, though.
All right, first things first.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the number for Like It or Not is
My ADHD is kicking in.
707.
Oh, hold on. He's got to bring it up. I'm like, why are you saying it like that?
Okay, the number is 707.
Oh my God.
234-8926. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew and I have a telephone number. You can text us. You can call us and leave a message.
What kind of Bush League operation are we running here, dude?
707-234-8926. Do me a favor right now and whoop out your little phone and send a text to 707-234-8926. Address it to Carter or Drew or Dongle, and we will get back to you and or play your message on the air here. Guest suggestions, topics that you'd either disagree or agree with or have another point of view on, something your grandma said to you that made you laugh.
Hi, Grammy. Cervixes, huh?
Yeah. Whatever your needs are, we're here for you at 707-234-8926. That's me and Drew. And like it or not, you reach us there. We're also on Instagram and the socials and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah
Just,
on that.
Just subscribe to YouTube and then we're good. All right, are you going to play these messages?
Yeah, if you guys want to
Talk?
Because it's going to take you a while.
He don't have them on at the ready. He's not locked and loaded.
It's cold in here. His fingers aren't quite warmed up yet,
dude. So I'm happy to see you back and healthy and good.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah. I was.
Where was I? What was I doing?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You know exactly what I was doing. I heard you talking about me while I was gone.
What do you mean? What do you mean, dude?
Now I listen just to see what kind of shit you getting me into, dude. And you back there, you just didn't say a fucking word, dude. You just let him fucking carry on, bro.
He was laughing.
You were laughing, were you?
What are you? Oh, am I talking about your hemorrhoids? Are you talking about?
What else would I be talking about, dude? I mean, what else is there? Maybe I missed something. I didn't have time
Did you listen to the whole episode?
I didn't have
the beginning, dude.
I didn't have a whole 75 minutes to spare.
I got to sprinkle him in there, dude, to make sure you listen to the whole thing.
What was interesting about the way that you lied to everybody,
I did not.
which was a bold-faced lie,
I do not.
was how Jamie was just like, okay, you said that, and then it was just like, okay, let's start the show. There wasn't. So Drew can't be here because his ass is falling out and he's gonna maybe bleed out and die. Anyways, Jamie, you're so awesome. It's good to see you. Miss Jamie, welcome to the show. Okay, dude, we're just gonna move on like you didn't just say that, dude. Not like I hope he's all right. She's just like, all right, bro. Just totally just then started the show, dude. And I'm like, really? And then I found it interesting how you were like, oh, so how'd you get into yoga? First thing, she's like, well, there's a lot to it. And you're like, tell me about that. And she's like, well, it's about honesty and integrity and dharma. And I'm like, this fucker started off the show with a bold-faced lie. And I wonder if he's sitting there thinking, man, I just started the show with a lie. And now this lovely woman is talking about how yoga is about honesty and integrity.
I don't practice yoga.
Obviously, bro. Just stand up and touch your toes, dude. Let's see how you do.
Yeah, well, everybody needed an update from where you were the last time you were gone. So
Yeah.
I had to let them know that, surgery didn't go as planned and you needed some follow-up.
Which is all not true, dude. I mean, you could just tell them where I really am.
Where were you?
What I'm really doing, dude.
What were you really doing?
What was I doing, Carter?
Ayahuasca.
Talking about a little place called Aspen.
Africa.
Yeah, I was drinking ayahuasca in the Colombian jungle. And it was good, man.
They got monkeys in that jungle?
No.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, they do, but not where we're at.
Oh.
But we drank ayahuasca in Mexico once, and there was monkeys. Monkeys are cool, dude.
Fucking rad monkeys.
I've heard they're super annoying, like, if you have to live with them all the time, but when you're just visiting, they're pretty special, dude. They're cool.
Yeah.
I literally have a video of the monkeys in the trees, and then in the morning, like, we're playing guitar and singing songs and, like, just feeling good. And literally all the monkeys come around and then they start, like, dancing to music.
Way.
Yeah, it's
That's
so cool.
rad.
Yeah.
I saw monkeys in Costa Rica one time, and they were all in these like mangrove forests, you know. We had to get there by boat. And we pulled right into them, and the boat driver like did some crazy monkey call, that he knew. and these family of fucking monkeys come, and he gave us put banana, like a big smear of banana in our hands, said, close your hand and hold it up. And we go like that, and the monkeys would swing down onto the boat, fucking swing over to you and grab your hand and pry open your fingers and grab the banana out of your hand and eat it there right in front of you, dude. It was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, monkeys are cool, dude. They're just like literally like animal people, you know?
When I was little, I wanted like a chimpanzee as a pet.
Oh my God, dude.
Can you imagine?
Did you see that Netflix movie with the chimps?
No.
Where they're like the most brutal, terrible creatures on the face of the earth.
No.
They like kidnap each other and like pull each other's balls off and just terrible stuff, dude.
Whoa, dude.
I know. I'm like, I didn't
crazy.
know these guys were capable of such total
Destruction
amongst
each other.
debauchery, dude.
The reason that I stopped wanting a monkey was when I saw that you had to change their diapers.
Dude.
And I was like, these motherfuckers don't know how to shit and piss in a toilet? I'm not having one.
Have you seen the girl on Instagram who has 2 monkeys? Can you bring up Instagram? Let me know when you get it in about 20 minutes.
Be nice, Drew.
I love him so much. Okay, wait. You can go back, actually.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
That's
this
her?
girl. Pick any one of these. Yeah, the one right there. That one with the blue bottle. This woman has 2 monkeys, and she's trying to just make a coffee, dude.
So they don't stick their hands in it.
Probably need to pull that microphone a little closer to your dongle.
This cabinet. And I put this, and then walk to my cup like this. So then I have to open the cup.
Look at this. These little monkeys are just all up in her business. Dude.
Oh, my God. No way.
Then I have to open my milk.
See, they're wearing diapers, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And I can cover my coffee, and then I pour my milk.
Look how she has to pour her milk in with her hand over the top.
Why doesn't she just lock them in a cage while she makes her coffee?
I don't know, dude. I think they would always be in a cage.
If you've ever seen this, they make cold foam in a can now, and they know what this is because I think they can smell sweets. I'm not even kidding.
They like the sugar, dude.
Oh, my God, dude. This
I'm
never made me
definitely-
slap a monkey more than this. I hate it when my cat comes over when I'm feeding it and it tries to get its nose in its own food, dude.
Or I'm eating a steak and my dog's drooling on my shoe,
The little
dude.
look at that motherfucker trying to bite the tip.
Oh, but look how cute they are,
Oh,
dude.
so cute.
All right, that's enough
Oh,
of
my
that.
God.
So yeah, little monkeys.
Monkeys
dude.
help me make my coffee. Oh, dude.
Oh man.
Okay, so we got what is this, a text?
No, it's a phone call.
Oh, it's a voicemail.
Let's
okay,
listen to it.
Let's hear what he's got
I
to
haven't
say.
even heard this yet, so this could be a really bad idea.
Hey, what's up, guys? Big fan here. Just curious, what do you guys think about this Santa Rosa police prostitution ring going on downtown Santa Rosa? I've been hearing there's a lot of funny things going on underneath the Belvedere. Yep, just curious. Later.
Whoa, what do we think about
Well, thanks, guy, for calling in, first of all.
the Santa Rosa police prostitution ring going on downtown?
Never heard of it. Sounds cool.
Let me get my wallet. Just kidding, baby.
That's what I think about it. Let me get my wallet.
What? I haven't heard anything about this. Have you, JJ? I mean, you're
The person to ask about that would not be us. It would be
We need to get our girl
Adina
back on.
Yeah.
She's blowing up, dude.
Santa Rosa mother and son accused of running prostitution ring.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't heard about it, but maybe we can look into it and talk about it on the next episode. I'll do a little research.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would
interesting.
just say cops and hookers, I'm not surprised. They kind of seem like, you know, something that go together, unfortunately.
Cops and hookers go together?
Yeah, like, have you seen, like, every cop? I don't know, like, not every cop. I shouldn't say that. If you're a police officer out there, I'm not necessarily talking about you, but, like, the one when we had Trent James on here, what was the dude who was, like, the biggest piece of shit on the Ukiah police?
Kevin Murray?
Kevin Murray, like, yeah, he was like, eliciting
Prostitution.
prostitutes and stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's easy to be like, oh, you're a prostitute, huh? You want to go to jail? Or, you know, it's probably an abuse of power there going on. But I really don't know anything about it. So I'll have to look into it and then we'll see what's up. I'll ask Adina about it too, see what she knows. Yeah. So what else we got? Got any more? We got another one. Oh, God. All right. Well, uno más. Let's see what we got.
Hey, what's up, guys? So apparently the Ag and Open Space building on Mendocino has some underground basement going on that nobody knows about. I would love to know more about this. I've been here in the area for, over 40 years. All right.
Shut up.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Shout out to that guy, dude. Love that dude.
Yeah, that's
He
awesome.
didn't leave his name though. So what did he say? There apparently
Ag and open space building on Mendocino has some underground basement going on, but nobody knows about it. Well, there's a lot of underground basements throughout all of the downtown area in all of those businesses. There used to be a rumor that they were all connected at one time, right? Or that they were connected to something, or I don't remember what they used those.
Well, I think they used to use them to move alcohol, like
During Prohibition?
bootleg underground and stuff like that. Yeah, because people are like, yeah, we're still gonna drink. Can you play that one more time? Maybe.
Hey, what's up, guys? So apparently the Ag and Open Space building on Mendocino has some underground basement going on that nobody knows about.
Well, somebody knows about
I'd
it.
love to know more about this. I've been here in the area for, over 40 years. All right.
All right.
That's it. He's like, what I do now? There's no one to talk to. Ag and Open Space building on Mendocino. Does he mean the space? Like the Performing Arts Center space?
I don't know what he's talking about.
All right. Well, I don't
on
know.
Mendocino, is there a Mendocino?
Yeah, we have a Mendocino Avenue, I think.
We do?
I'm going to look into these things. I'm on it, guys. I don't really know what to say right now, but I'll check into it and I will report back next episode.
Yeah, stay tuned. Drew's on the case.
Yeah, let me get out my magnifying glass. McGruff is on the scene.
Sherlock Drew.
Sherlock Drew. More like Watson.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, doesn't your building have like an underground?
Yeah, so I own
But that's just a basement.
a building next to the palace, and it has a basement, but there's no tunnels anywhere.
It's not leading to anything.
No.
Oh, that'd be cool if it was.
It is kind of weird that there's a basement under there, though. I know, it would be cool.
We got cooking in your head there, Dungle.
He's got nothing.
All this Epstein stuff, with basements and
What was there? Epstein basements too?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's what he's saying. There's some secret underground thing. Like, who knows what's going on out there, dude, with all this stuff. It's like, it's so hard to even know what's true in the world anymore. What's just a bunch of bullshit,
Oh my God, you sound like me.
Well, weird.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm just saying that all of a sudden there's 3 million emails. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, I bet they're real, but like, who knows? I could easily just type up some shit from Epstein. You know what I mean? Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
dear fucking Bill Gates, weren't the underage women really awesome last night? Great party. See you next week. It's just kind of like, I don't know. Do people email this shit to each other?
Well, something I read too said
Not that I
like,
don't believe that all of those things happened and worse,
Sure.
but it's like,
But what really happened? How are we really going to know? I read something that said like there is no like Epstein list. Like there's not a list of like Epstein kept of like, oh, here are all the bad people like that visited my island and all the things that they did.
sure.
Like there's no list. There's just evidence, right? And just because somebody's name comes across in evidence doesn't commit them of a crime. It doesn't mean that they've committed any crimes. It just means that like, okay, so there's an email from fucking
I mean, yeah, but if this
Tom
dude's
Hanks,
a
you know what I
convicted-
mean? It's just like,
But dude, if it's a convicted pedophile and you're emailing him about parties and business and all of that, and he's convicted pedophile, like that basically implies that you're okay with doing business with a pedophile.
yeah, but okay, so how many times have you, met somebody or hung out with somebody and you didn't know that they were doing bad shit, or you didn't know that they were involved in something that you didn't approve of? Or,
Sure,
you know
if
what
I
mean?
didn't know, that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I could see you get on the plane and you're like, hey, this is a nice fucking plane. Whose plane is this? They're like, that guy. And you're like, he's getting a back massage from a 12-year-old, dude. Well, anyways, we're flying to Africa, so I guess I'll go sit in the back.
Is that where his island was?
No, this was Chris Tucker's story. Remember, he was on it.
Oh.
And he got on because Bill Clinton called him and asked him, and they were going to go do something in Africa, some kind of like raise money foundation. Who knows what they were really doing, right? Because no one's paying too close attention to the children in Africa.
Raise money.
Yeah, and he's like, I got on the plane. I didn't know who the dude was. It was just like Bill Clinton asked me to do some shit, and I jumped on and flew over there, you know? So I could see that. But like, if
I
you're
could also see fucking raping some dudes in butts, right? Like, I mean,
whoa, bro.
That's like-
Whoa, wait, what?
I mean, I couldn't see myself doing that, but I can. There's definitely weird shit going on.
But my point is this: if you're Bill Gates and you're going back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein about anything, and he's been convicted, you know that. Your people know that. You don't just, if you're Bill Gates, you don't just happen to talk to some dude. And you're like, oh, really? He's running a ring? I didn't know. You know, like he knew. A lot
So
of these
was
people
Epstein
knew that Epstein was up to, and they fucked with it. They still fucked with him, and that's the issue.
Sure.
You know, the question
which
is how
ones-
real is any of this shit?
Yeah, and which ones knew and which ones didn't.
Yeah, I mean, these emails are like super old, you know? And here's the thing, like, yeah, there was never a list. There's all the people that would be implicated in the videos they confiscated, the emails they confiscated, whatever logs and records. Like a guy like Epstein definitely is keeping some sort of tabs on people.
Yeah.
And so if he's this big blackmail guy, then he definitely has a list of people that he's blackmailing. Maybe not written out, but it's, you know,
Can be compiled.
not hard to tell who, you know, like the guy
Right.
in the picture with the 17-year-old, the fucking prince. Like maybe he's on there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe he's one of them.
Could be.
All these guys. But I mean, that's what's really coming out is just like this sick underlining like aspect of the fact that the people that have all of this money are somehow related to or tied, many of these billionaires, to this fucking gross, dark, ball worshiping satanic stuff.
Yeah.
Which then would go to be like, well, in order for you to even achieve those levels of success in life, you know, maybe we don't all want to be billionaires because there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. But, you know, some people want to be famous, want to be able to be in movies, want to, you know, achieve high things in life. And it's like, it feels like unless you are willing to compromise yourself so they know that you're part of their club, you'll never be able to achieve those things. And so the ritual in order to make it into that echelon, to be a deletist, as I call them now, right, is that you have to like be in their club by doing something to kids. It's kind of like when you want to be in a gang. And you got to like go shoot somebody to be in the gang. Well, why? Is it to prove how tough you are? Maybe. But really, it's because they're going to be like, okay, now we know you got a murder on your hands. You got a body count. And if you try to turn us in, we're going to tell the cops you're guilty of murder. And so therefore, we can
it's
trust
to
you because
prove loyalty.
Right.
Yeah.
Or also to make you as dirty as the rest of us.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's really the sad part. I think that's what's getting exposed here.
What if Bill Gates or fuck Bill Gates?
Yeah.
What if Epstein came to us to Top Shelf and said, "Hey, I want you guys to play at this big party that I'm having, and I'll pay for all expenses and give you $30,000, and we just want you guys to come rock out at my private party at this island for a while, and we'll fly you down there, and I'll do all that stuff."
Yeah. And I was like, this dude was convicted of
No, you didn't know.
I mean, if you didn't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
It can easily happen to you if you don't know. But what I'm saying is, when
was he-
Elon Musk sends an email going, hey, I need to blow off some steam and I want him to come to the island and I want a party, and not just like some boring party, but like to party.
Is that what he said?
Did you read his email?
No.
Bring up Elon Musk's email.
That's
you know what I
crazy.
mean? It's like he knows what he's trying to do.
But wait, my question is, he was convicted and facing like charges or whatever, and still carrying on like with parties and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, he got convicted in when was it? 2016? At least it might have been earlier. 2012 or 2016, I can't remember.
Oh, crazy.
And you know,
I didn't know. I don't know.
Of course, it all got he got convicted. He had to he had to what do you say it like?
Plead out.
Yeah, he admitted guilt and then got a lesser sentence in that whole thing, right? Anyways, you don't have to bring up the email. People can go check them out, but I mean, it's out there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I just think, yeah, look, there's a difference between being the fucking bartender and the waiter and attending the fucking party, you know, especially if it's your first night on the gig and you're like, what the fuck? These people, what the fuck's going on here, man? I thought I was handing out meatballs and fucking.
Isn't that similar to what they're doing
caviar.
at the French Laundry
What do you mean?
in Napa? Isn't that a weird, or not the French Laundry? What is
Oh,
it?
that's a restaurant.
What is the Napa thing? Bohemian Grove,
Oh, that's not in Napa. That's in Guerneville.
Guerneville.
Yeah,
There's weird shit going on there too.
for
right?
sure, dude. And I mean, that's the same kind of elitist club that, you know, you gotta be in secret societies and Moloch the owl god. And they basically, you know, I don't know. We could go down
So
that.
did you
rabbit hole,
watch?
but
Did you watch the Grammys?
No, I don't watch any of that stuff.
Okay.
I didn't watch the Grammys. I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Did you watch any of the Olympics yet?
Nope. I saw the satanic grand opening and was like, I'm good on that too. You see that shit, dude, with the pentagram and the fucking fire, dude? Listen, dude. I'm very aware of occult symbolism, and I know that that's how they program your fucking ass with vibrational frequencies, and they get away with doing the stuff they do to you because they put it right in front of your face, and that's the way they circumvent free will. Because if we tell you, even if we don't directly tell you, but we put it in a symbol or a picture or a movie script, and we just go, yeah, sounds good. Can't wait to watch it. Gonna buy some Budweiser and eat Doritos. They're like, good. You're just another one of the fucking sheeples, right? That's what I mean. I'm like, everyone's arguing over Bad Bunny and fucking, you know, TPUSA, and I'm just like, bro, I don't want nothing to do with any of that shit. You know, I'm good on picking the sides.
Yeah.
You know
Good
what I
job,
mean?
dude.
Because that's how they get it. That's how they get us. If we're fighting with each other, right, over Bad Bunny, Kid Rock, it's like then all we're doing is fighting with each other. And meanwhile, they're like, yes, excellent. As long as you're watching something, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, it's all corrupt.
Yeah. Why would they put Bad Bunny on? Just to intentionally piss people off.
Well,
You know what I mean? At least one segment of people. Other people appreciated it. But if you look at like beer drinking, you know, big bellied, fucking NFL, cheeseheads in the fucking cold, eating chili and pounding beers, like they don't want to watch that shit.
yeah, but Bad Bunny is like one of the top streamed artists right now ever.
Where? Here?
Right? Yeah.
In America?
Yeah. On like Spotify and whatever, right? He's like
I-
the most
highest-
streams.
The highest Billboard chart hit he ever had was like 86. he ain't putting out top 40 hits.
Yeah, I don't know about Billboard and all that.
What
but
do you- look it up. What, like, has he even played it? I don't even think he's played a show in America. I don't even think Bad Bunny has performed in the United States. Look that up. Has Bad Bunny performed in the United States? He doesn't tour here. You're not going to go see him in Vegas. Like, and I don't care. The dude, you know, whoever they want to put on in their rituals is fine.
yes, he's performed in the United States.
Wait, can we read that? Most notably headlining the Apple Music Super Bowl. Yeah. Okay.
Frequently toured the United States mainland, including his 2024 Most Wanted tour. Hit major cities.
I think he's more of like an international star versus.
Correct. But football is not an international sport. You're saying he's an international star, right? In America, he's not that big.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if you're the Super Bowl people, right, and you have it's the biggest sporting event on TV in America, right, and like who are you going to choose to put on there? You might want to look at who's the most popular right now, and this guy is one of the most popular right now.
Okay.
So I see the logic in
Yeah,
in
I'm
that,
not arguing with
and
that
I
either.
also can see that there's like pretty good motivation to put him on there for ruffling feathers and for all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I'm not one of them. Like I said, I don't really care. I'm not paying attention to any of it because I think it's a prana harvesting event. But it's just like, to a lot of people who watch football, Bad Bunny is a slap in the face. And it's intentionally, I think, done just to kind of piss you off, to again try to, rabble up this, left versus right teams and,
Yeah.
get us all fighting against each other. Whether
It definitely did
ice.
that.
Yeah, and it did that. And it's just like, no, I'm cool on that. Dude.
So the week before was the Grammys, in which Bad Bunny took away album of the year, like the best award, the last award of the night.
Cool. Yeah, well,
Which is like super in script with everything. It seemed like to
Exactly.
me, because he was up against some really fucking good people.
because it's not about what's the actual best and who likes it the most. It's who's in the fucking club.
Yeah,
You
as
gotta-
by voted on by the members
By
of
the club, and you
Yeah.
got to pay. I think Bad Bunny even paid to be in the Super Bowl? Like, you don't get paid to do the Super Bowl. Now you pay to do the Super Bowl. It's true. Look it up. But you can't just like go to the top shit where they're gonna on Google where they're gonna just tell you like what they want you to know. But a traditional paycheck, I can't read that stuff. What's it say?
Not paid a performance fee. He received standard union mandated SAG payments for rehearsals and the show, estimated around $1,000 to $1,200 per day per
But
NFL's
type in
long-standing policy.
Do the performers at Super Bowl?
Oh, I just answered that. The NFL's long-standing policy for halftime artists, so everybody gets this same deal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they don't pay to be there. That means that's what the NFL gives them. But I believe that you pay to be doing that. Anyways, who cares? Like, great, he did his thing. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I just don't fucking care.
You
Like
don't
said,
listen to Bad Bunny?
No, I couldn't tell you one of his songs, and I bet you half the people listening to this podcast right now couldn't either. He doesn't have any hits in the United States. He doesn't hardly play in the United States.
Did you see Jack's thing?
I saw Jack.
Jack's post?
Yeah, like he's most
Most requested that he's ever come into contact with? Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me. I didn't even know who the fucking guy was.
Right, me neither.
Until he was announced for the Super Bowl halftime.
yeah.
I was like, bad who?
yeah.
And what's with these shitty names? God, people got to come up with some more creative names, dude. Little Dirk and fucking, you know what I mean? Like Little Baby,
Oh, but the point,
Bad Bunny. Like, what the fuck? Are we kids?
it's not about talent anymore. It should be obvious to everybody that these are
Strange.
These are rituals, dude, and that's all that this all is. It's just to get you to pay attention, to get you to all to fight with each other, and or not, and let them, symbolically, drop messages to you, and you expose your kids to that, whatever.
Did you watch it?
No.
No,
I didn't watch it.
I didn't see it either.
You didn't watch the Super Bowl?
I watched most of the Super Bowl, but I didn't watch the halftime thing.
I heard the game was pretty rough too.
Oh, God.
I was like, why would I ever watch that? The Seacocks and fucking Tom Brady's like
Old team?
Old
Yeah,
team,
no,
dude.
It was garbage. It was the worst. Yeah.
I like football because I have so many good friends who are so into football and like, nostalgia from like the 90s with the Niners and my parents watching football. So I'm like,
Well, it's fun to get into it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? To know the player,
can see
as
that.
as anything goes, right? Like, it's fun to know about it and root for somebody and follow the story of the season, this is happening. It was really cool with the Niners this year because they were injured from the beginning with all these key players out, and they kept winning games no matter what, and that was fucking hella cool,
Yeah.
because they overcome, and there's a lot of great shit involved in it, but like these guys that like ruin their whole day when they lose, like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yell at their wife and kids and stuff.
You break TVs. Did you see that shit? There's a bunch of videos
I
on.
don't watch it, dude.
There's
I
a
don't
bunch of
watch it.
videos on Instagram of people smashing their TVs as the Super Bowl was going on.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean, I guess they're cheap these days, but
I watch the only sports I watch is the UFC, and I'm watching that less and less, but
why?
I don't know, just the way life is. Like I'm still into it. I like to watch it. I definitely feel like the UFC product isn't as good as it once was. Like they don't have like international superstar fighters really. Like it's all just a bunch of like, Dagestani inbreeders that I'm kind of tired of watching. You know what I mean? When they're not wrestling men in a cage, they're up in the mountains with their herd of goats.
God.
You know what I mean? And they're their first cousins.
But doesn't that mean they're just it's a world thing, right? Like
What's
it's an
a world
international thing. It's an international fighting championship.
Yeah,
And
but the
doesn't that
problem is,
mean that
ain't nobody wants to watch some bearded fellow drag someone down on the ground and hold him there
Well-
for 15 minutes.
I mean, hey, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? It's just
I'm
like,
just
it's
saying,
boring.
like,
It's like-
okay, well, somebody's got to step up and beat these guys. Then
yeah, or what I
who's
saw
that going to be? If
you know
they're the
what
best in the world, who the fuck is
you know
better?
what the UFC's doing now? They're just not signing not signing those guys anymore.
Good,
Yeah.
good idea.
Exactly.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's one way to.
I love that idea.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise, we're all gonna.
Nah, we got enough of you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good on that.
he's just gonna roll around on the
That's
mat.
just boring. Fuck, dude. Give me a fucking break.
Oh, dude.
I like Marab. He's cool.
Yeah, but he's not Dagestani. Mm-hmm. No, he's not. He's from Jordan.
Same thing, right? Like they're right next to each other.
I mean, that's like saying Puerto Rico and Mexico are the same thing.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Dagestan and Port. Who are you looking up, dude?
Be nice to him, dude.
Morgana. Who the hell's Morgana?
No, you said Marab.
Marab Devashwili.
Yeah, try to spell that.
He had to copy and paste it.
He's fighting away, dog. Good
Yeah,
job.
where is he from?
Way to be resourceful.
Overview right there in the corner.
The WikiLeakies.
Yeah, Georgian.
Yeah,
He's from Georgia.
Yeah.
right. Where's Georgia?
Talibi, Georgia.
Yeah,
Tbilisi.
that's not Dagestan. I mean, it's Eastern Europe, I think, but it's way different, dude.
How close? There it is. Georgia. How close is Georgia from Dagestan? Isn't Dagestani close to Russia or something?
Anyways, yeah, Ukraine. It's way south.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, it's same but different.
Pretty much the same.
Anyways, we're getting off track here, but like I
Look at
like.
that, dude. They were like right next to each other.
It's like an LA trip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're pretty close.
It's like saying he's Californian. You know?
Yeah,
it's
pretty
right
close.
there. They're cousins.
Yeah, I like to watch sports, but I don't know. Football's a whole. People are way into it. Like football's the one sport where the people that watch it refer to the teams and the players as we.
I hear a bunch of fucking baseball guys doing that.
We're
all the
gonna win.
time.
Oh, you're right. Baseball does it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what's this we, dude? You bought the fucking hat at Mervin's, dude. You're not on the team.
Mervin's doesn't exist anymore, you fucking boomer. What is this Mervin's thing?
Okay,
dude?
well, whatever, dude. What is it? Lids.
Fucking Mervin's.
Yeah, we're gonna kick your ass this weekend. It's like, no, dude, those guys getting paid millions of dollars and pulling on the bitches, they're gonna go do that, and you're gonna sit on the couch and watch them.
You didn't get into this whole conspiracy theory about the 49ers being the weakest team in the league because of the EMF signals, because of the power plant next to their practice field?
I heard Corey talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. We already talked about this.
Corey and Phil, but like I said, I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. Maybe
Oh, I thought you would jump on that.
maybe it's because they're from San Francisco. Little sissy boys. Getting creamed out there.
Oh my God. It's Santa Clara.
Okay,
Drew.
get it right. They still call
God.
them the San Francisco 49ers.
Jeez, bud.
I don't know, dude. It's all the world is a stage, dude. It's all, for all we know, it's all made up, dude. You know what I mean? For real. Like, we have no proof that any of this is.
And
even
then now you're
happening.
speaking my language. What happened?
What do you mean?
What happened?
I drink ayahuasca, dude. What were you asking me before we started, dude? He was
Yeah.
asking me the funniest question. He's like,
God.
do you not feel like yourself anymore? What did you ask me?
It's like, how do you feel?
Well, that's fine. Ask me how I feel. You were just saying stuff that was making me laugh. He's like, you're not even you anymore? I'm like, I'm more me than I've ever been, dude.
Why you acting weird, bro?
Yeah. What'd you do, dude? You changed, man.
Does it take you a while to get back to like a sane mind? Once you, not a sane mind, I didn't mean that. I mean, just like you're out there having psychedelic experiences. Is there a transition of like, oh my God, like I just was in these spirit realms and now all of a sudden I got to come back to fucking traffic and fucking people that are pissing me off?
A little bit. To be honest, I find that the things that piss me off irritate me less when I come back. So that's like part of the reason like why I really enjoy the experience and continue to go back is because the shit that used to just bug me, like it bugs me less because I have a different relationship with it through an internal dialogue of like talking to myself about it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. But to answer your question, like, yeah, there's some things like I got back on Wednesday and then I went to 2 birthday parties for like, 6-year-olds with like 30 kids going hog wild. And I was like, that was kind of a lot. You know what I mean? It was just like piñatas and getting kicked in the shins and like.
That'd be a lot in any situation.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
But, for there I was feeling like, okay, this is a little sensory overload for me. You know what I mean? I definitely could be at home sipping tea. But I love my family and want to be supportive and all that. So so the answer, like, there's a little bit of that, but a lot of it, like the integration stuff, I really, for me at this point, doesn't take like a long time. I mean, there's always stuff I'm integrating constantly. Like, I always say, like, you go drink ayahuasca, it's not like you're gonna drink it and then the next day you're like, oh, I'm healed and I'm better and life has changed. Like,
hey, you're going to go learn some tools and practice them.
yeah, it's just like if you read a chapter in a book, like you don't automatically implement it into your life the minute you read it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of this give and take of like, okay, the knowledge is there. Then you go and you apply it. And sometimes you're like, oh, this is awesome. And sometimes you totally fucking swing and miss. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like that part of it that I work through over a period of time. But it was funny. I had an interesting experience, and I was just like, drinking ayahuasca, and I had a lot of experiences. I will save you all unless you want to talk to me one-on-one. But like, I had this like interaction with like spirit, and the spirit was like kind of like talking shit to me. You know what I mean? And it was just like being very harsh and direct, and I was like, you're kind of hurting my feelings. And it was like, well, how do you think you make other people feel, Drew? And I was like, oh,
ouch.
Right. And so then it was like, oh, that's profound. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I get it. And it's like simple, but then it was also like, then that kind of went into this whole, like, understanding like the vibrational frequency of like fear and love and like just really applying like to the point where like in the moment with the medicine, you're not just like seeing weird shit and puking and throwing up, but you're like have these abilities like when you've been angry in your life or you've maybe done something in the past where you were at one place like on the spectrum, it could take you right back there and you feel it like you're living it again. But then you're doing it through like the Christmas Carol version of like watching yourself doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you're feeling it at the same time you're like watching what it was in the moment, and like you understand like where you're like, I don't, for lack of a better term, I just call it like vibrational frequency was like where you were emanating from, your root cause of like fear or anger or whatever. And you can like feel like, you can just feel how it like, it's low. It's just a very low, dense vibration. And almost like it takes away your power and your abilities. And then you see yourself being that way and you're not like necessarily ashamed or anything, but then you have like this compassion for like your own experience of like, oh shit, Like that's who I was and what I was doing and how I made that person feel. And this is how I was feeling like in that moment. And then the opposite of that, where it was like, you could feel what it is to be like operating at a very high frequency, which is like the opposite end of the spectrum of like love and compassion and like what that opens your life to, you know? And so you're having this like internal dialogue and dynamic and maybe like feeling like times in your life where you were there, and then you have this like contrast, and then you kind of I came to this like realization of like, okay, like approaching life with love or in a high frequency state is like not just good because that's what they say, but like you actually feel what that does for your life when you approach it that way. So that was like very helpful to like have that experience. And then of course, as you sober up, for lack of a better term, right, as the ceremony ends, that experience isn't like I just drank 6 beers and I don't remember it. Mm-hmm. You know, the experience is like, whoa, I remember what it felt like to like revisit that and like that lesson, and it's teaching me a lesson. And now I get to go back out into the world. And for one, like I don't want to be like, you notice yourself being angry and it just becomes something you choose less, right? Because you start to know better and feel better, feel differently. And so it kind of creates, you know, that space in your life for you to like have that option to start to choose to be different. Like you and I talk about, like for me, you know, specifically, I'll just keep talking about me, but like reactivity, being reactive to anything, someone cutting you off, traffic stuff, business stuff, all of that. Like we have we have the ability to choose. The only thing that we can control is the way that we are going to respond to the things that happen. And you can either choose to be a victim, or you can take a responsibility for the way that you're going to act and feel and approach whatever it is you're dealing with, right? And what I like about, like, for me, the medicine of ayahuasca is like, it's that training. So like coming back, I'm just automatically like have this baseline to function off of that's higher and better than where I started. Mm-hmm. You know, so like we're talking like, oh yeah, like one of the things like I'm, you know, really want to put into my life moving forward, and I think that the world needs now more than ever, is like, we're all going to have different ideas, and we can sit here and argue till we're blue in the face about who's right and who's wrong. But like ultimately, how are we making people feel? You know what I mean? How am I making this person feel by trying to prove my point and be right? And the answer is like, even if I do prove my point and I'm right, if I've made that person feel a certain type of way, it's self-defeating. You know what I mean? And so this whole political thing and the whole thing with ICE and all of that, like I have people that are so like, what do you think about ICE? And how do you feel about, should people be, you know, transported back, and, you know, should we, and it's like, regardless of how I feel about it, like as far as like what to me resonates as the right and the wrong thing about it. If I engage and lock horns with you right now over that, like all we're doing is tearing each other up. Like, you know what I mean? 2 deers fighting in the fucking woods, they just end up both getting fucked up, and one might win, but he's going to crawl off into the fucking woods and, you know, not ever be the same again. And like, I don't want to inflict that kind of wounds on myself and other people by being so like convinced that I'm right or whatever the case may be, because it's not black and white, it's gray. And I have a hard time like articulating how I feel without getting put into a camp, right? Like, you know, you and I have these deep conversations, sometimes not on here, but it's like, people think like, oh, you defended Trump or you voted for Trump, so you're a Trumper and you're Republican, and now how do you feel? And look at all of this, right? And it's like, listen, I voted based on what policies I thought were going to do best for my family and my finances. And like, other than that, like, yeah, any human, no one's coming to fucking save us, dude. You know what I mean? And people will let you down. Like that happens. And it's just kind of like you make the best choice you can in the moment and then you just keep moving, dude. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I don't necessarily think people should be coming over the border illegally. And I think that for a lot of reasons. Not because I'm like, fuck them Mexicans, keep them out of our country. But I'm like, you know how many people got taken advantage of crossing the border? How many children were separated from their families? What happens in the Darien Gap, that place in Panama that's fucking Nowheresville, that's filled with pedophiles, human traffickers, drug traffickers, and all of these people who just want a better life are subjecting themselves to that over the hope that they can get across this border. Like, I'm not for that, right? So that doesn't mean they shouldn't be here, but politics isn't functioning. And why is that the choice? Either they flow over this open border and be taken advantage of by the Epsteins of the world, right? And the fucking drug cartels and the human drug trafficking, or, right, get them all out of here and put on a cop suit. And it's like, dude, this is not the choice that I want to choose from one or the other. This is not like what represents what I'm about. I'm like, but it all has to like make sense, you know, and you talk about it and people just get so worked up. And so I'm really like, I don't want to just get people worked up, but I do have strong opinions and I base them off of not just like, you know, I base them off of what I think is right. Like my own my own North Star of like what feels right, and letting people kill themselves with drugs in the street and just driving by and doing nothing about it. And then paying tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes to the state to fix it. And then they steal it and they don't fix it. And they leave those people in the gutters and saying, hey, you know what? These probably aren't the right people to be the leaders of our state anymore. Doesn't make me some hardcore Republican or some MAGA motherfucker. It means I know when someone's pissing on my back and telling me it's raining. I know, and I paid the money to fix the problem, and we spent the money, and we don't know where the money went. And then when when the Congress passes a law to figure out where all the money went, and the governor vetoes it, something ain't right. And I don't have to be on anybody's fucking team to know that that's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and so and that's where I get like, you know, I'm like, okay, let me chill. But it's just like, right is right and wrong is wrong. The truth is the truth. And you can talk about your truth or my truth, but there's absolutely just the way it is, right? You could say fat is beautiful, but it's still fucking unhealthy, right? Like, period, dude. You know what I mean? Am I wrong? Like, you could say, you know, like what? Grass is orange. Okay, well, maybe in your world, but like the reality of it is grass is the color. It's the color that it is. Like, call it whatever you want, but it's that fucking color, and we all call it green, dude. You know what I mean? Sometimes it'll get gold, whatever, dude. But
wait, is the earth flat though?
Who knows? Bro, I don't think so, but all I know is what my fucking teachers told me. And how did they know? They didn't get in a fucking plane. They didn't fly into outer space. I thought we landed on the moon, motherfucker. Now I'm not so sure, dude. These motherfuckers didn't even so much as have a pager worth of technology, and they're flying to the moon. And now we're like, yeah, we can't get there. I'm like,
We're going back for the first time.
Yeah.
Since then.
Okay. Since then. Okay. Why wouldn't we be going constantly? You know what I mean? So like,
There's nothing to see out there.
yeah. Yeah. You
It's
know
just
what
the
I mean?
moon, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like, no, dude. So the truth is the truth. And, you know, I guess there's some objectivity to it, but, you know, I'm just kind of like, bruh, I don't want to get caught up in the fucking Bad Bunny, Kid Rock, fucking left, right. Like, what team are you on?
You don't want to participate in the circus sideshow?
I'm not into hating each other.
It's nonviolent non-participation, bro. Gandhi at his finest.
Yeah. You know, I was talking with my friend Kelly, who we got to have back on the podcast because he and I were seemingly in opposing views in regards to ICE. He was very passionate about it, and he's sending me stuff, and I'm like, of like ICE, like, you know, arresting like women or some like terrible thing in a parking lot. I'm just like, why are you sending me this, dude? And he's like, you know, and I'm like, that's not true. Like, I'm not necessarily for this or against it, but like, you know, this is all being round up to get us all emotionally like, this isn't the whole story.
And even now they don't have to do much to get us riled up.
That's what I mean. It's so many.
Now it's everybody has such a short fuse that like it doesn't take much anymore.
Right.
It took a big event to get us riled up, and now we're riled, and now they just throw a couple logs on the fire.
That's it. Just stoke it when it starts dying down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
You know.
So you said something about, you know, when you were talking about your experience with ayahuasca and the differences between the vibrational levels of love and fear and all that, and it's like what I can relate to about that. Not only like, you know, experientially feeling the differences between being in fear and being acting in love, but as an addict or somebody who used to have a problem with drugs and alcohol, I searched for something to make me feel good because I didn't feel comfortable within myself, right? Mm-hmm. And I found that in drugs and alcohol, and it worked for me, right? Made me feel better for a long time until it stopped working, and then it became a problem, and so on and so forth. When I get sober, I do things with my life to amend those feelings, right? And go towards a new life of being a decent human being. Right. And as I experience these positive things coming back into my life, they fill me with those feelings that I searched for in drugs and alcohol from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So it's that same thing of like,
sure,
this was the before life. Right. And this is the feeling of that and living in fear. And this is the life of living on a higher vibration and doing the right thing. And, you know, I mean, I specifically remember, and probably talked about it on here before, but going back and making amends with my grandma and the change of the way that she felt about me and looked at me was like way more powerful than the first drink ever was for me. And so therefore I want to choose to act like that now because that's what I was looking for all along, right? Was those feelings of the good fucking positive high vibrational fucking frequency. And so then we choose to try to do our best to make those decisions on an everyday basis so we can fucking feel good and be decent and do these things, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is like, it's a mirror, right? Like you're saying, you're doing it to make yourself feel better. And when you feel better, like then other people will start to feel better too. Like if you want to heal the world, start by healing yourself. And I think that's like one of the there's so many different ways to reach that, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm not advocating for any one path. Everybody can find there's 1,000 paths to the same destination, but the concept of self-love is the hardest concept for people to really accept and feel and not feel weird about. Like, for example, right now, if you're listening to this, stop what you're doing, put your arms around yourself, right? Give yourself a hug and out loud say, I love you and your name, right? So my name's Drew. So I'm going to say, I love you, Drew. I love you. And the minute you give yourself a hug and you say that, you're going to notice this kind of weird thing pop up anywhere. Maybe not for everybody, but a lot of you, it's going to feel very strange, almost disingenuous, almost like you don't feel like you're worthy of your own self-love. And so do that exercise. If you're not now, do it later. But when you're alone in your car, like give yourself a hug and say, I love you in your name, and just sit with what happens there. It's so interesting how are we supposed to give love to our children, to our families, to everybody else when we have a hard time loving the person that we see in the mirror? And why do we think we're not worthy of love? The answer is not clear to most of us, right? So like, who knows why? But when you sit with something like ayahuasca, you might have a flashback to a time where you realize where maybe those seeds were planted in your psyche as a child and how you coped, and then moved past it, and then pretty soon forgot it ever happened. And that developed and morphed into some aspect of your personality that you may deem positive, negative. It might have caused problems in your life. Maybe it made you promiscuous. Maybe it got you addicted. Maybe it made you clingy. Who knows how it can manifest? You have no idea why any of that is there, right? Like at this point. And so here we are as full-grown adults, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, right? Raising other children, whatever. Like we're all just going through life. And yet when we realize like our own self-love is still like the hardest thing to give, it's such an interesting thing to like sit with. And that was kind of like another one of the themes that we were like working on, because the reality of it is like each and every one of us is a creator, you know what I mean? And we have infinite potential and ability, and the only limiting factor on our potential is our own self-beliefs, right? Mm-hmm. Like literally we are reflections of God. We are gods, so to speak. And that doesn't mean to say like, oh, I'm God, bow down. But it's like God is experiencing the world through our physical reality, through our experience, through us, right? And our journey of healing through all of the things that happen in a physical existence, like the more that we shed those scales that calcify onto us and keep us stiff and not believing, fighting with each other, like the falling away of that and the transcending that and moving beyond that is the most empowering state a human can be in. And that's exactly what these deletes don't want you to do, is ever move past the trauma and the pain and the self-doubt and the feelings of being unworthy that manifest in us looking for entertainment, pleasure, and escapism outside of ourselves. Because the hardest thing it is to do is sit with yourself and not have a phone to distract you, a conversation. Just sit with yourself and be there. It for most of us, it would drive us fucking crazy, right? You're crawling up the walls, especially with younger generations who have grown up with ever not being able to be connected to the internet. Like, you know, our generation of like 77 to 83, 84, like we kind of like lived in a world where you were in a room alone, bored, and you just had to figure it out. Like we used to take poops and read the back of the shampoo bottle, if not just count, you know, the tiles on the floor, as opposed to anything you want to know. Every time you're out of a situation, anytime you feel uncomfortable, you just pick up your phone and escape, right? And so it's like that sitting with yourself and having these moments where you see like, oh, the reason I am this way, or I think this about myself, goes back to this situation that happened that I had forgot about. And I see that now, and I see myself as a kid, and I feel like I remember what it felt like, right? And now I have compassion for that. And now I can release it, right? And you release it and you're just like, oh, fuck, dude. I feel so much better. I was holding on to that for so long, and I don't even know why. I didn't even know it was there. And I always say it's like a dirty sock in your suitcase. You open your suitcase, you don't see the dirty sock, but yet, there's clean clothes. You can wear them. It's fine. But I don't know. There's just something like, I can't put my fucking finger on it. And then you do something like ayahuasca or any kind of like, meditating, breathing, internal journeys. And it's like, it opens up the suitcase and it's like, reach down in there and go, oh, fuck, that was in there? Yep, dude, right? This was the splinter in your paw, dude. Let's pop that out. Well, when you have a splinter in your paw that the skin's grown over and you forgot was there is a piece of glass. It's been in there for 6 years. It hurts on cold days. You don't even think about it anymore. You just got used to living like that. And then all of a sudden, something comes and pops it out, and you're instantly like, holy shit, dude. Whew. I feel so much better, dude. And then you go into life with that feeling of like, I feel relief. Release. Then when you go back into life, you're like, yeah, I'm different. Yeah, maybe it's a lot, but also like it's enjoyable. It's blissful to be like going back into society and not being so, manipulated by what's going on outside of you and being more just like compassed by what's going on inside and creating that compassion, that self-love, and I think that's what's missing from a Western society is like that we're all looking for so much of what needs to be fixed in us is going to come from outside of us. And that's why that hole never gets filled. It's like, it doesn't matter how much money you make, how much girls you get, how much any of that happens outside of you trying to fill it. If inside you still have wounds, right? You can have a broken leg and go to a strip club. You're still going to be limping around and hurt. Like, you know what I mean? The scenery's better, but like you got your fucking legs broke, dog. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's why I'm just kind of like, I come back and I'm like, oh, Super Bowl and everyone's like, Bad Bunny was great. And no, he wasn't. And I'm like, it's all love, dude. You know what I mean? Let him do his thing. Let it all happen, dude. I'm still going to stand up for what I feel is right. I haven't changed that. Like, I would still vote for Trump again if I had the choice, because I feel like that's more in alignment with the kind of society I want to live in. But I don't think Trump is, I think it's pretty obvious now that he's like really deeply being controlled by Zionists, right, in Israel, and like what's all going on with Jared Kushner and the whole like basically cleansing of Gaza that's going on. And I think to get back into that spot that he's in, he probably had to
suck a few dicks.
He had to do a few agreements that probably ultimately and that's the reality of like, until we come together as a group and decide that that's no longer how we wish to be ruled, that's exactly how we will be ruled, right? And that's what's going on. But I think we live in crazy times, dude. Like, I did have a vision with like ayahuasca and Trump, and I was just like, I've been working with this medicine for a long time, and I have these moments where there's like what did you call it? Like it's like a dialogue, like a conversation with spirit. Maybe it's my own higher self, maybe it's my spirit guides, but it's like a channeling back and forth dialogue. And they told me a lot of things, about myself and what I should be doing and how I can be more healthy and be flexible and eat whole foods and play the game hard, dude, because you're capable of it, and like all of these things. And then I was like, well, what's up with Trump, dude? They're like, because those spirits were like, ask us any questions you want, we'll give you the answer, because they were giving me all these other answers about some shit. So I'm like, all right, great, dude.
Great, tell me about Trump.
Yeah. And they said Trump is serving a purpose of change. He's a change agent. And it's not good or bad. It's not evil or anything, but the world is changing. And we're going from the old world to the new world, right? Into this age of Aquarius and technology. And Trump is simply a catalyst for change, like it or not, right? And it's like, how can you deny that that's true? Whether you hate him or like him,
Just said that on a couple podcasts ago.
So
That's why I voted for him.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Shit needs to happen.
It's just got to stir the pot. Like we've chose that other box. We live in a state run by that other box, and it's not that great either. Not that either box is gonna come fucking save us or is the answer, you know? And then I was like, well, what's up with Charlie Kirk? You know what I mean? What's going on with that, dude? You know what I mean? And then the same thing. They're like, that's exactly what you think it is. It's not what it looks or appears to be. And it's all a catalyst for the awakening of the higher consciousness level of the collective group of people. These types of things are waking us up. The Epstein files, Trump, whether he turns out to be the biggest piece of shit or the greatest thing since sliced bread, either way, there's going to be an epiphany that comes from, you know, to American culture from him being the president, which wherever that goes, right? Same with Charlie Kirk. Like, you believe a leftist shot him and maybe he was the biggest jerk in the world. Well, it might turn out that maybe he faked his own death. Maybe TPUSA and Israel and parts of our, you know, CIA military Mossad shit killed him. Like, it's definitely a possibility when you look at all the information that's coming out. And like, if that killing Charlie Kirk was done for a specific reason, in order to maintain control or in order to have certain people identify themselves or to sow division, if it ever turns out that any faction of our own government or of his organization or of some, you know, international, like, you know, CIA military type of thing played a role in his death, what will that do to the awakening of the American population? Like, the stories we're told isn't true. Like 9/11, is that really what happened? Well, how come this building 7? How about Pearl Harbor, dude? When they're like, yeah, we saw these Japanese people come in from, they got stand down orders. Let it happen, right? Like, what really happened? You know what is a crazy rabbit hole to go down if you really want to look into something? The slave trade. And who actually enslaved African Americans and that whole thing. Well, we're all taught it's our, you know, forefathers and the white man and all of that. And you start to look into it and you're like, actually, it's Arabs and other Africans that were like heading the slave trade. And it's still happening today. Like, where is there still modern day slavery? In Africa and parts of Arabia. Like, and so the history is written by the winners. And there's a certain, how do you want to put it? Like, I don't want to say race, but there's a certain group of people who keep finding a way to write themselves out of the history books. And so that creates this division, right? And when you really start to realize like what your human history is and who you really are and what really happened, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I was totally educated by like the Rockefeller school of like, tell him what we want him to know so he's a good little worker. Everything in those history books that I read very well is probably not the 100% truth, but that's what I know and that's what I believe in. So am I going to cling to that, right? Or am I going to be like, yeah, you know, maybe there is a firmament dome. You know what I mean? Maybe as above, so below, right? And maybe we haven't been to space because maybe that's not a place that we can go. Maybe we can. Who knows, right? But look into NASA. What's NASA? Where's the origins of NASA? Well, a lot of those people that started NASA were Nazis, right? And do we come over here so they could get us into outer space, or do we come over here because some Nazis knew how to do some mind control shit, right? They knew how to fucking put stars on the wall, right? So you don't look at the shadows behind you. You know what I mean? They're like the kings of that.
Next time you should ask him about Hitler.
Yeah, I will next time.
And Elvis. I want to know what Elvis is up to.
I'll see what happens. See if he comes through. I've had people come through in that realm and have interactions. It's interesting.
Like Elvis?
Well, he wasn't really on my radar.
Oh.
But like, I've seen like Gandhi and Jesus and like grandparents and friends, deceased parents who brought me messages to give to their kids before. Cool. It was very strange. And then I'm like, should I tell them this?
You're like Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost.
Taita's like, you got to tell them, dude. That's how they get the message through. So I'm like, all right. And then I tell them, and then they're like, how the fuck do you know that, dude? I'm like, bro, I don't. I mean, I'm just some fucking asshole, dude.
Yeah.
With a podcast and a mustache.
So
dude.
anyways, did we land on the moon or what? Oh, fuck.
So
man.
anyways, dude.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Feels good to be back, bro. Rocking and rolling. Man, I'm here to do the damn thing and enjoy the ride, man. Not take it too serious. Let God do the work and just show up, you know? Mm-hmm. Be kind. Be nice. And loving, but also, like, firm, you know? We can't be a bunch of fucking pussies out there, dude. That's the duality, right? Of being me, Jesus. Dude. You know what I mean? What do we used to say? Peace, love, and fuck off.
Yeah. Exactly.
It makes so much sense, dude.
Yeah. That's punk and reggae for you.
11, 11, 11 on there.
All right, folks. You heard it here first. Give us a call. Give us a text. Give us a like or a subscribe on the old YouTube.
Spread the show with the homies, dude. If you listen to this, you think it's going to resonate with somebody, share it, because that's the best thing you could do to help, you know, spread the word. And if you got someone cool, put them on the show, right? We need to keep getting cool guests on here, man. So if you know somebody we should talk to, call in and let us know.
That's right. And coming up later in the month, we're going to be having the gubernatorial candidate Chad Bianco on the show.
I'm stoked for that.
Me too.
Dude, he's good. I wonder if he's going to ride in on a high horse. You know what I mean?
I hope he comes in this studio with a horse on a horse.
That's what I mean, dude. Like, is he going to show up like clickety clack, dude? I'm like,
fucking
sheriff's
hope so,
in town.
dude.
I'm like,
I hope so. So that'll be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to that. And we got some questions for him. I know I do. And Drew probably has a lot.
oh, I'll be ready.
So that's coming up later this month. And why don't you guys take care of yourselves until we see you next time next week.
Love you. Bye.